I was going to tell you a story about silica sand. I remember going into numerous customers in the late 1970s and early 1980s and talking to them about their sandblasting needs, and they were all using silica sand. What I noticed as I went over on year visiting these customers, that they started getting weaker, paler, and you go and see Jack Thompson sandblasting, and I remember going in there in 1984 and he was just a ghost, and he was coughing. I said, "You all right?" "Yeah, fine." Meanwhile, out of the blast shed was this billows of sand dust coming out, and next time we went there, he wasn't there, he'd died. It gave me an impression at that time how safety is so important in this industry. We've got to look after safety. Today, the issue that we're dealing with is called beryllium. It's another dangerous material that is hiding away in abrasives, and we're trying to work out how to cope with it. One thing we came up with as we were looking at how to make life safer, faster, and cleaner. That's our three buzzwords, if you like, is safer, cleaner, and faster, is we came up with Garnet. I remember the day getting a call from a geologist in Western Australia. He was out looking for gold. He'd just come out of university. He was doing all these drill holes up the coast of Western Australia, and he said, "I found all this pink sand. It's called Garnet. What could I use it for?" I've read that it could be used for abrasive blasting in the Encyclopedia Britannica. And so we tested it, and it was an absolute brilliant blasting medium. And as we go through, I want to show you that there's actually different types of garnet. This is probably one of my favourite demonstrations. Thanks. So Keith here has put two types of garnet. There's a little saying that garnet ain't garnets. And there's two types of garnet here. One is GMA Garnet. It comes from GMA Garnet. The other one is a Indian Garnet, and looks very, very similar, but it's a bit more dusty, a little bit more white. Can you put some water in these, Keith? The best way to show the difference between abrasives, this is a simple dumb little test, but I'm going to just show you something we found very, very early on. If you get this, would you mind just shaking that for me? Just give it a decent shake, just to mix up all the water with the abrasive. What do we notice? We let that sit for a while. That water is relatively clear, a little bit cloudy. I think there's some little bit of cloudiness. This one here, you can't see it through at all. It's very, very, very dirty. See if it settles out at all. Well, I was trying to investigate this, so I went to India to figure out where the dickens does this come from and why does it look like this. And what I did when I got there, I found out they were scraping this garnet off the beach, and these ladies with look like hubcaps, and they're carrying this garnet out off the beach and putting it on this great big tarpaulin and spreading it out with their feet and waiting for it to dry so they could bag it up. And I was wondering what else was mixed up with their feet. But what I did a challenge here. I'd like to show you the challenge. That is, I know what's in this garnet. I can see that water's clear. It's from the GMA mixture. Here's the Indian mixture. Do you want to do a challenge here? So this is probably 30% cheaper than this GMA Garnet that comes processed here in the US. I'll drink my water if you'll drink your water. So just to show you what I mean, is it's a little washing mechanism. Try it. Just tastes like regular water. Now it's a very good way of actually testing your abrasive. Try it sometime. Just get your abrasive, shake it up with water, test it out, make sure it's clean and pure. That's what you're putting on the steel. So that's actually how we were driving for this: safer, cleaner, faster. What's safer? Everything we do is we view through the mantra: is it safer? Is it cleaner? Is it faster?